Hello, Hollywood party people. Seth Jaret from Content Engine, here with a Hollywood Drive-In Talk. This one is about phoning it in. Well, phoning it in is something typically reserved for like actors' performances, or at least that's where I learned it. Was in a directing workshop. And when actors are phoning it in, what that means is they're not really present. They're not really there. They're not really in the moment. They're phoning it in. They're phoning in their performance. They're not there. They're not present. And that's exactly what Hollywood is doing these days. They are phoning it in. Now, the irony is that it's a business that's so much dictated about what happens on the phone. I mean, now it's transitioned to emails, but traditionally it's really just been a phone communication business, which is one of the reasons I love it. But people are phoning it in, and I don't mean in a good way. They are not really present. They are not really passionate. They are not really dialed in, connected to, or enthusiastic about what they're doing, what they're reading, the conversations they're having. There's just a big ho-hum attitude that I'm perceiving from most everyone that I'm communicating with these days. So phoning it in is not something to aspire to. Phoning it in means that we're not present. Gandhi says, if you're going to do something, do it with love or don't do it at all. And I love that notion, which is, even if you're in a job that's not satisfying, even if you're facing tons of change in the industry, if things don't seem to be working, you still have an obligation to yourself, first and foremost, to not phone it in, to be present, to be in the moment, to be engaged with the people who are taking the time to engage with you. I find for myself what helps put me in the moment is just really listening to the other person. It's actually an acting technique where you put your attention on the other person. You listen. If you're really listening and you're present and you're engaged in the conversation, you're not phoning it in. I'm putting this challenge to you, which is stop phoning it in, Hollywood. Don't phone it in. Be present. Be in the moment. Be engaged. Be enthusiastic. Because it's not just everybody else that you owe it to. You owe it to yourself.